Grew up in the Midwest, wonderful family, loving family. Dad's gone, mom's still alive at 95 years old. The real opportunity in my life came when college came, and my high school basketball coach had a nice connection with what was then Loyola University in Los Angeles, and had 4 wonderful years in Southern California, played ball, made a lot of good friends, and the best thing that came from that was meeting the young girl on my left. From there, I joined the Secret Service after a brief, unsuccessful career playing baseball.
My family moved here in 1952 from South Bend, Indiana. I grew up here, went to school, and went off to college to California, to Marymount College, which merged with Loyola University. And because of that, I met this wonderful man and have spent 42 fabulous years with him.
I first discovered cancer through it was a routine physical, and I had a slightly elevated level of calcium in my blood, which turned out to have nothing to do with the cancer diagnosis, but because he was concerned about that, sent me on for further tests. The elevated level of calcium was really a product of an overactive parathyroid gland, which was removed, and that was the end of the issue. But through the process, unfortunately found out in a CAT scan that I had tumors in my abdomen, which turned out to be non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
I discovered I had cancer at a routine colonoscopy. I had had 4 colonoscopies in 12 years. So it was very much a surprise coming out of that colonoscopy to hear, and I was still under anesthesia when the doctor came in. And his words were, "I don't have very good news for you today." And within 2 hours, Dennis had whisked me off to a surgeon's office in North Scottsdale. And he reiterated that yes, I did have colorectal cancer.
She'd always been healthy. There'd never been anything wrong with her. Moms are the rock of every household. Nothing is supposed to happen to mom. And when this did happen, it was shocking.
The diagnosis of cancer certainly changed my lifestyle for a year. And the family rallied, and we became Team Desmond.
20 years ago, when I was first diagnosed with cancer, we were at the ballpark on an off day from treatment at MD Anderson, and went to the ballpark in Houston, and they had a wonderful gift shop there full of baseball memorabilia, artwork. And while enjoying that tour of the shop, we saw the picture that's up here on the left. And I said to Kathy, I've got to buy that picture because I want to be that old man in the picture, and I want to have this guy at the ballpark with me someday. Well, thanks to the great job MD Anderson did and a little faith on our part, here we are today. We're going to the ballpark tomorrow with his daddy and me, and we're going to have a great time.
During my treatment, as I mentioned earlier, it was the greatest joy of my life to have my grandchildren come by and cheer me up. So when Ellie would play with her American Girl doll, I would bring out my Madame Alexander doll, and we would have great playtime together. And the beauty of it all is we could talk about cancer because my Madame Alexander doll's hair came off and she was bald too. And Ellie thoroughly enjoyed those hours, and those were the hours that probably gave me the greatest solace throughout my treatment time.
1 out of every 3 women is going to contract cancer. 1 out of every 3. And the news for men is even worse. It's 1 out of every 2. Unfortunately, it's a fact of life we need to deal with. And because it's so pervasive, we both feel a need to be involved. And there's no better response to the disease. We're living proof of it. And we want to share that story with people who may wonder, why is it that I should donate? Well, you should donate because your son's going to get the disease or your mother's going to get some form of the disease. And when they do, there's not a mountain you wouldn't move to help them beat it. I'm happy to be a part of this group and raise some money. This facility needs to grow. We need to publicize it. We need to let people know that it's here because it's our best hope. It's our best chance to beat this disease.
And I would just like to say thank you to Banner for bringing MD Anderson to Arizona. It's been a gift to us, it's been a gift to our family, and it truly is a gift to the state of Arizona.
We owe our lives to MD Anderson. I don't think there's any other way to put that.
This is Rex Desmond Martinez. And this is a very special day for him because it's his 1-month birthday. Right, Rex? And we are so excited to welcome him to the family. He is the newest member of the family, our 3rd grandchild. And Dennis and I are just delighted to be here to see him.
I think he's going to be a left fielder, that lefty.